What's going on, Algebros? Alright, in this video, we're going to go ahead and solve the very last part here. And that would be none other than part C, where we have the absolute value of x minus 6 plus 5, all that being greater than 3. Before identifying how this is a special case absolute value inequality, what I'd first like us to do is isolate the absolute value expression. And we could do that by subtracting 5 from each side. So let's go ahead and do that. That's going to leave us with the absolute value of x minus 6 being greater than negative 2. With it written this way, can you see why it's a special case absolute value inequality? That would be because the number on the right-hand side is a negative number again. But before we jump to a possible conclusion of there being no solution, it's actually going to be a starkly different answer. And that has to do with the inequality symbol that's involved. This time we have a greater than symbol versus back in example part B where it was a less than symbol. So with this absolute value inequality, or this version of it, we're saying that the absolute value of an expression is greater than negative 2. Alright, keep in mind that absolute values always return to us a positive value, or at a very minimum 0. Okay, so regardless of what value of x I plug into x minus 6, when we take the absolute value of it, it's always going to be larger than negative 2. Alright, so I just want to emphasize again that, the absolute value, remember it's really the distance away from 0 on a number line, but in practice it always gives to us a positive value. So it's always a positive value. That said, a positive value or number, I'll say again in this write-up, or write again, a positive number this time is always greater than a negative number. Okay, so again, doesn't matter what we plug into x in the expression x minus 6, once we take the absolute value of the resulting number, no matter what, it's going to be larger than negative 2. So what that ultimately means is that any value of x can be used up as a solution, whether the value of x is negative, the number 0, or some sort of positive number. So every number on the number line works in this case. Or in fact, I'm going to go ahead and draft up a number line. And to emphasize my point here, I'm just going to shade the entire thing. Any of those numbers off the number line, when you plug it into x minus 6 and then take the absolute value, will, no matter what, be larger than negative 2. For that reason, the solutions, we could write it a couple of ways. We could say all real numbers, or we have an interval notation for this, and that goes something like this, parentheses negative infinity, comma, positive infinity. All right, and both of those would be acceptable as answers to something like this. Alright, that's really all there is to it. Of course, if you have any questions about the contents of this video or the previous ones, feel free to let me know. Otherwise, thanks for watching them, and I look forward to seeing you soon.